സ്വർണം കൊണ്ട് പണി വളയുന്നവനല്ല, ഒരു ജീവനെയും നന്മയിലേക്ക് കരകയറ്റുന്നവനാണ് യഥാർത്ഥ സ്വർഗരാജ്യത്തിന് ഉടമ. അത് നിങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. ഇന്ന് ഈ വേദിയിൽ നമ്മുടെ ക്ഷണം സ്വീകരിച്ച് വന്നിട്ടുള്ള ഡോക്ടർ അലക്സാണ്ടർ ജേക്കബ് സാറിനും തോമസ് മാത്യു സാറിനും എൻ്റെ എല്ലാവിധ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് യൂണിയൻ്റെയും എൻ്റെ പേരിലുള്ള എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും ഞാൻ നേരുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പളായ ഡോക്ടർ സാംസൺ സാർ, ഇന്ദിര മാം, വൈസ് പ്രിൻസിപ്പളായ ഇന്ദിര മാം, പിന്നെ എല്ലാത്തിനും നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ ഒത്തുചേർന്ന് എല്ലാ ഇതിനും നമ്മളെ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിനെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന ബാബുരാജ് സാർ, റജി സാർ, ജുവാൻ മാം, റോസ്ബിസ് സാർ, അലക്സ് സാർ, പിന്നെ അനുഷ മാം, കാൽവിൻ ക്രിസ്റ്റോ അച്ഛൻ, എല്ലാവരോടുമുള്ള ഈച്ച് ആൻഡ് എവരി വൺ ഓരോരുത്തരായിട്ട് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നല്ല ടൈം എടുക്കും. എല്ലാവരോടും സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് യൂണിയൻ്റെ എല്ലാവിധമായിട്ടുള്ള ആശംസകളും ഞാൻ നേരുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, Nevin. Now I think it's time to hear some words from our newly graduated doctors. I first welcome Dr. Arx J. Jerin to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Before I start my speech, I would request all the graduates to pinch the person next to you. Graduates, please pinch the person next to you. Does it hurt? It does, right? So it's not a dream. We have really made it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, alumni, family, friends, faculty, and the class of 2013, the Outlaws. This is Jerin delivering the graduates' response on behalf of the 2013 batch, the Outlaws. It is indeed my privilege on this grand eve, Exodia 2019. Let me not prolong this evening with a humongous speech, but I plan to take total advantage of this opportunity given to me. I know you have been enduring lots of pain, sweat, heaviness of chest, palpitation for a very long time. Guys, believe me, it ain't a heart attack. It's worse than that. We have all become doctors. We have made it finally on this great day. Well, it was indeed a eventful 5.5 years. Scrolling back to 2013 in your mobile galleries, you see teenage boys and girls with nothing but dreams to reach this day. We wore our white coats with pride, knowing our destination, but not realizing the journey that was waiting for us. Remember the first year, memories of those roundtable discussions with a cadaver in between and the pungent smell of formalin in the air, clouds of memory. Lord, oh God, I would do anything to get those days back. Hailing from all parts of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and from Middle East, in those first few days, we made friends, families, relationships that has lasted for the past 5.5 years and also years to come. The first year flew by with thousands of memories, while we all grew taller, sharper, and stronger, except in my case, just sharper and stronger. But our first year exams took us by surprise and made us realize that this journey was no bed of roses. Second year was a honeymoon period for all of us. But the first clinical session, the first time stepping into clinics, truly took us a step closer to our dreams. Quoting APJ Abdul Kalam, sometimes it is better to bunk a class and enjoy with your friends, because today when I look back, marks never makes me happy, but memories do. We, as the batch of 2013, wholeheartedly followed his advice. Remember the autopsy trips, 7 whole days of fun-filled memories. I miss them and believe all the graduates seated here miss those days. Third year and final year were just too rapid, but we had our fair share of memories. being a part of our seniors' Confesta and our very own confluence. Remember the day standing in this exact place with lanterns filling the air and music in the background. We really miss those days. We really shook this college by the name of Samanya 2016-17. Those 2 years have molded us into who we are now. Multiple sleepless nights, multiple cups of coffees. We have done it all. We have made impossible possible. The whole of Davidson and Balian love in a single night. We have done it. Over the past 500 years, we have laughed. We have had fun. We have cried, been angry, made others angry. We've done it all. We entered making this place our second home. Remember the day we stepped into our internship with a lit man around our neck and pride over our shoulders. The cinematic walk down the corridor with great excitement. Just to clear the air, that walk down the corridor was 1,000 times better than any walk down the aisle. But when the day ended, we were reminded that this year was not going to be a walk in the park. The past 1 year has crushed us, built us, and taught us, has given us lifelong worth of experience. The first cannula, the first suture, the first on-call, the first sleepless night monitoring a sick patient, keeping him alive, the first CPR fight between life and death, thousands of happy patients, but then the first drop of tear shed for a patient dying in our watch. We have learned a lot in the past 1 year, but it is now we are about to enter the real world. As Dr. Thomas Matthew mentioned, we have lived in a cocoon for the past 500 years. It is now time to break out of the cocoon. We are not sure of what is waiting for us beyond the next turn. I know it sounds exciting to few, but at the same time, it's scary too. But listen to me, my fellow graduates, this is how we move ahead with our lives. Let me take this moment to thank everyone who has stood besides us throughout this journey. Thank you, Lord, for protecting us, leading us, guiding us through our life. We still have miles to go. Be with us forever and evermore. Next, let me thank our parents. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, let us all stand and give a big round of applause to our parents. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and give a big round of applause to our parents. They are the real unsung heroes of the day. It is them, the reason for our success. They have stood with us throughout our journey, from baby diapers to this day. They have been the backbone of our success. Thank you, graduates. We salute to all our teachers, from the first lecture, first dissection, first practical, first viva, first clinics, first case presentation, first personal advice, first experience shared. Thanking all of you. You have helped us reach this day with no expectation at all. Thank you, teachers, for everything that you've done for us. I also extend my regards to the administration. I really need to stress on this. If it is not for this administration, most of us wouldn't be able to pursue this journey. Thank you, administration, for this wonderful institution that you've given us. My seniors and juniors, you have not only been our friends, but stood with us, helped us, motivated us. We really owe you a lot. Last but not least, my fellow graduates, we have finally made it. We have reached our dreams, the memories we shared, the fun we had, the tears we shed. We had each other's. But I think it is now time to depart. Every corner of this place echoes our memories. I wish to have more, but it is time to depart for good and get to the real world and do what we were really called for. Let us not pursue this journey with our own abilities, but ask God to help us and lead us in this healing mission. Thus, I conclude my speech, being a Tamilian, seeing this wonderful crowd, I just can't resist the temptation. I know ain't an Oscar event and I ain't A.R. Rahman, but still people, Ella Pugalum Irevanike. Ladies and gentlemen, people on and off the dais, please stand and give a big round of applause to the 99 graduates of this day. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and give a big round of applause to the 99 graduates of this day.
Thank you, Dr. Charan. I request Dr. Shruti P. to deliver the graduate's response.
Well, most of the things that I wanted to say, Jaran has already said. But since I've taken so much of pain to prepare the speech, I'll speak anyway. Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, medical and paramedical faculties, fellow graduates, parents, seniors, and juniors, good evening to one and all. I'm sure that none of the graduates sitting here would deny the fact that this is a day we've been dreaming for years. Right from the very first graduation that we witnessed 6 years ago, we have been dreaming of us walking down those steps as graduates with our parents, teachers, and all our well-wishers seated amongst the audience. And today is the dream come true day for us. Yes, we are graduates now. The journey wasn't easy. The journey that began way back with those pink-colored OMR sheets bearing those crowded bubbles which we were forced to shade after choosing an answer from options that looked like identical twins. Wasn't so much of fun, you know. But the immense passion to learn the art of medicine, for that one chance, we did that all, whether we liked it or not. There are ones among us who came here without really wanting to as well. But I've heard a batch topper herself say that ഞാൻ കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടല്ല ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടാണ് പഠിച്ചത് എന്ന്. And I think that's very much true. ആഗ്രഹിച്ചിട്ടാണെങ്കിലും ആഗ്രഹിക്കാതെ ഇവിടെ വന്നവരാണെങ്കിലും ഏതോ ഒരു പോയിന്റിൽ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട് പഠിച്ചതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഓരോരുത്തരും ഇന്നിവിടെ ഇരിക്കാൻ അർഹരായതെന്ന് ഞാൻ വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. I still remember the pin-drop silence in the dissection hall when we first saw the cadaver on the dissection table. The silence of awe. The journey was incredible thereafter. Our most respected faculties of the first MBBS need a special mention here. I really do not know how they molded those teenagers who did not know the ABC of medicine into learning and understanding the complexities of human body through anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. We truly owe them a lot. Somehow, we all managed to clear the first MBBS exams. Some among us had to give a second shot, but no one gave up, and we all entered into the clinics. That is probably where the real learning began. Times when we realized that mere textbook reading isn't sufficient to become a doctor. You need to have communication skills, empathy, compassion, and a lot more to call yourself a doctor. Though academics was always the most important thing, in between all the fun that we have had in the so-called honeymoon period of MBBS, the second and the third years cannot be forgotten. The autopsy tour, arts, sports, the university fests, the Onam and the Christmas celebrations, our batch students union, the Samanvaya, conducting the first intercollegiate medical quiz contest, the first intercollegiate persona contest, the moment when in the history of KARAKONAM, we brought for the first time the overall championship in the Kuhas South Zone Arts Fest. These are all memories for a lifetime. But at the end of all the fun, there was the final year and the Herculean task of learning the subjects of surgery, medicine, OG, and pediatrics. The final year exams could very well make the script for a horror thriller. Weeks before the exam, you sit back and segregate the topics for first paper and second paper, and you prepare well, you go to write the first paper, you get questions from the second paper. You're heartbroken. But you gather all the strength, you prepare well for the next exam, you go and write it. by skipping just that one topic that's already asked in the first paper, and you get an essay from that one topic that you skipped. You go to the most dreaded case discussions in the practical exams. You get hernia as your case, and you're very happy because you know that well. And at one point, you unnecessarily tell the examiner that the patient also has a tenderness in the right iliac fossa. And the whole discussion gets diverted into appendicitis or mass abdomen. You're heartbroken again. But all of that made us realize that as a doctor, you cannot afford to not know something. And we realized it better when we entered into the internship. Though we were under the guidance of our mentors, we've been with them in the process of arriving at a diagnosis and initiating the treatment. We realized how much of knowledge and dedication is necessary to what might look like just seeing the patient and writing down the prescription. We realized that just clearing the exams aren't enough to become a good doctor. You need a lot more of experience, a lot more of learning, and the willingness to serve with all your heart. Words wouldn't be sufficient to thank you for all these lessons, our dear teachers. And 6 years of togetherness, the 2013 MBBS batch, the outlaws. We've had difference of opinion among ourselves. We've argued at different points. But none of that could ever break the bond we share with each other. We truly are a family. And on behalf of this family, I extend my sincere gratitude to God Almighty for blessing us with this precious opportunity. Our alma mater, Dr. SMCSI Medical College, for always ensuring that their students always get the best. Our teachers for guiding us through the right path. Our parents for always being our pillars of support and for making us who we are today. Our patients who, without any hesitation, have let us learn. Our dear seniors and juniors, the Revampers 14, the Renegades 15, the Santhrone 16, the Dravagon 17, and the Agnitrayas 18. You guys, you've always been with us, and you've always been ready to help us out. Even on this day, this convocation ceremony wouldn't have been so successful if it wasn't for you guys. Thank you all. Here is the class of 2013, signing off for one last time. This is Exodia, our beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shruti P. As we near the end of today's grand ceremony, I welcome Dr. Anusha Merlin, Additional Vice Principal and Head of Physiology Department, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Esteemed dignitaries on the dais, the stars of this occasion, the graduates of the 2013 MBBS batch, parents, and my dear students. A very good evening to one and all. Today, 4th April 2019 is a special day of joy, especially for the graduates and their parents who are reaping the seeds of hard work and dedication by blooming into bold and confident young doctors. I believe that these 5.5 years has been a journey and you will be having many memories to treasure. I congratulate each and every graduate of today's function